Hi there Pokefans, I am your humblest Joseph fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. And as you see, we have just returned from our mission to capture our legendary Pokemon. I hope you enjoy the way it looks. Well, I think that is what we did because it's been a while since I've done a voiceover and I don't remember what the previous episode was about. But clearly, the two villains over here are having regrets about their decisions in life. After this cutscene over here, we are going to go and get our last badge. But I think before I do that, I may teach my Groudon some moves that is clearly his to learn. The moves he'll be able to profit from the most. That is a good way of stating it. And of course I'm going to receive another whatever you call that item that helps a Pokemon Mega Evolve. Is this Mega Evolution? Or is this something else? Yes, I think it's Mega Evolution. Something like a Houndoomite or Torpedotite or something. I think that's what we're going to receive today. A Torpedotite. Let's see if I pronounce it correctly. It should come up soon. And as always, feel free to pause the video if you want to read any of the dialogue. Okay, so I didn't receive the Torpedotite. Maybe I'll be receiving the Cameratite. It gives me the red orb. Now, if I give this red orb to Groudon, he becomes completely immune to water type attacks. I only found this out subsequently, not actually knowing it at this time. All I knew at this moment was that I could give it the red orb and that it helped him to evolve or change into his primal form. Kind of like a Mega Evolution that you can activate in battle, I think. After I realized that it makes you completely immune to water types, I take away that item from Groudon because that makes the whole process irrelevant. Let's put it that way. Makes it ridiculously easy to beat any water type Pokemon. Which is not fun. Because now I'm not fighting Steven just yet. So now we're having a conversation with our rival. Or is he the boyfriend? You be the judge of that. I've overplayed that part of the game quite a bit in my previous series, so I'm kind of a little bit bored of that. Even though that has traditionally helped significantly with my views. I'd like to have more clean views. But I do grant you that since this is an old version of the game, well, not as old as Pokemon Blue and Red, but still, my views tend to be diminished. Let's heal up first, and then we have to find our way to the gym over there. Okay, first we're going to teach some moves. And Solar Beam is going to be the primary one that we teach Groudon, because he immediately can do Solar Beam because of the fact that he causes Sunny Day to be activated. In the primal form, it is even worse because it permanently activates Sunny Day, which is incapable of being countered by any other weather condition. So I just deposited my No, I didn't deposit anything. Why did I go back in? Okay. Let's give him the red orb. That'll enable him to go into his primal form. And I'll do it in this gym over here, not knowing the effect that it's going to have. Basically just to see what the primal form looks like and how to fight with it. And I have to take along my little Lanoon because he is my HM mule. And I have taught my Marshtomp something else. Okay, did I activate that experience or did I deactivate it? So now I have to switch out. Oh, Groudon is quite highly leveled. Now I'm going to use Groudon as my primary Pokemon to use in these in this water battle, thinking that it has a 4 times weakness and I'll probably be taken out by a... Did I just run over that without having to do the puzzle? Why didn't I ever catch that? Anyway, let's do this part then. So technically that means, now going back to that puzzle, I only need to solve the 2nd and 3rd floors, technically. I don't ever go that route, but technically that is possible. I don't actually need to do anything else. I can just run across the first part. Okay, there goes Golduck. Now at this moment in time I still hadn't noticed that water type attacks don't hit Groudon in his primal form. Because I think I'm outspeeding at the moment. And I'm probably going to outspeed the Wailord as well. Yes, like that. Now I don't get stabbed from using a solar beam because it's a grass type attack, and Groudon is a ground type Pokemon, and in his primal form he is a fire and dragon and ground type. That is basically why I'm using this primal form on him. The only way, basically, only reason. But I am going to give that up because he can still do fire type attacks even though he's not in his primal form. And that doesn't give him stab, but he's so bloody powerful, he doesn't really need stab. There we go, primal form again. And it is something I have to actively activate. Desolate Lands, that is the ability which completely eliminates the ability of a different Pokemon to induce a different weather condition. Okay, so he did a grass type attack, which did at least do some damage. But he is badly hurt and is about to be taken out. Okay, so my attack is higher than my special attack. Much higher. I just wanted to see what that is all about. Okay, Precipice Blades. Now I have Precipice Blades as my ground type attack because that is Groudon's special attack, or star attack, let's put it that way. The attack almost unique to him, and in this version of the game it was unique to him. No other Pokemon could use it. That changed later on, but that is a different story. I can still do that as well. But now, wait a minute. Okay, so I am a bit countered over there. Okay, that is a mistake. I wonder... Okay, there's no way of getting by this. I have to do this. Go back down. I could just go up and fight the rest of them, because that's basically what I'm going to do. All I'm trying to do is solve this puzzle so I can get to the next floor. And how I got to the next location just by running across, I don't know. Hopefully this helps. Okay, that should do something. Okay, I made another mistake. Take 3. And this is not even the difficult puzzle. This is a fairly easy puzzle. But this is the 3rd time I'm going to try and solve it. And that doesn't even come close to the fact that I've solved it many times already in the past. It's been such a long time since I've done this voiceover that I have developed a frog in my throat over there. And now what is that hiccup all about? Come on. Behave yourself. And here we have this puzzle solved. Now for this little puzzle over here. Now there are several ways of doing it. I'm choosing to do it this way. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Because now that I've solved the hiccup situation, now I can actually continue with this puzzle over here and do the voiceover as needed. And once again I made a mistake. Now that was just my mouse going across, so I've decided to... On the other hand, that was always part of the plan, to fight these ladies as well. She has a Goribus. Now it's one of the better looking ones of the 2 that you can get from a Clamperl. Once again I'm activating... Wait a minute, am I actively activating primal form, or does it just activate itself? We'll see on the next fight. Let's try and notice. And if I forget to comment on that, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like and sharing it with your friends. It does help me out. It may put me in a situation where I may start earning a living from this channel, even though YouTube has changed its rules in such a way that subscriptions are basically irrelevant except for me receiving a stipend. What happens now is that if you watch my video, they'll recommend a different video from a different creator involved in the same theme. So that might help me out since I'm still a small creator. But for the larger creators, that is a waste of time, and I forgot to actually look at how this activates. How can I be so... Anyway, I forgot what the word was I was looking for. If you know what the word, leave that in the comment section below. At least they all only have one Pokemon, so I can perhaps see in the next fight. Let's try and focus on that point and keep the conversation about that, so I may remember to actually take note of how this changing to the primal form happens. Does it happen immediately, or do I have to activate it like I have to activate the Mega Evolution? Okay, so there are 2 ladies I can fight. It's funny that he only has ladies in his team. But let's concentrate on this moment right over here. She has a Clamperl. We can focus on the ladies later on. And here's Groudon. And it turns into primal form all by itself. So if you were wondering if I can't just keep the red orb on him and not change it into its primal form, that happens automatically. There's nothing I can do to stop that, except take the orb from him. Now the question is, what item will I give him instead of the red orb? I wonder what will happen. I don't do it, spoiler alert, because I didn't think about it earlier. But I wonder what would happen to Groudon if you give him the blue orb instead of the red orb. If the answer is nothing, that is still a positive outcome. Okay, Corsola is 4 times weak to grass type attacks, and I'm using the strongest grass type attack that existed up to this point. Later on you get stronger ones, but up to this point Solar Beam was one of the strongest attacks you can use. That is not a Pokemon specific attack like what is that attack you can only teach to starter Pokemon. It's kind of a Hyper Beam. Frenzy Plant, that is what I was looking for. Only Frenzy Plant, I believe, is stronger. I may be wrong about that, and you may correct me in the comment section below, but I believe Frenzy Plant is stronger than Solar Beam. Granted, it's a physical grass type attack. And as I was saying earlier, it's quite funny how Juan has only ladies working in his gym. It's like he is a womanizer. I actually didn't mispronounce the word because my mind went somewhere else. So I didn't actually focus on the word. That's probably because I have a hyperactive mind, which causes me to stutter sometimes because I talk faster than I actually think. I wonder if I can get up those waterfalls. I never come back to test it, but that would be quite a thing to see. I'm quite disappointed in fact that I never come back to test it. Okay, so now I can just go across this over here. No need to do any of this puzzle solving because it's already solved. But now I have to make a plan for this piece of puzzle over here. Okay, so I do it that way first. Almost made a mistake over there. I believe I have to go up like this and complete this whole side first. I think I have to go one more step forward. Okay, I don't go one more step forward, but that doesn't really matter all that much because the staircase is quite wide enough. Now I didn't need to do all of that as I'm doing it right now. Oh crap, I made a mistake. So I have to do it all over again. Now I'm just trying to figure out the best way of doing it. Okay, so just fall down there. Then I can just run down here quickly again and go up. It should be reset by the time I get back up, with the first puzzle already being solved. And now let's see what the plan is. Technically what I can do is just run around the edge like this and then come back like this and then do this little bit over here and do the same on that side. Okay, so I decided to do it that way instead. Now I'm just calculating what the best solution is to do over here. Okay, so this is probably the best way to solve it. Now I would have liked to end in the middle, but I didn't give myself enough time to actually try and solve it. This I can solve in a similar manner. I think I should just walk around the outside edge in this direction and then go all the way up, although it looks like I'm not gonna do that. This might be a mistake, or it might not. It might actually be a brilliant plan, because I can just walk across like this, solve this little... oh damn, I made a mistake. I should have gone all the way up first. But I think I have the gist of how to do it. It's a pity I'm lagging so much, because I am too late to comment on anything I'm doing. Now let's solve this puzzle. I think I'll start over here again, and I should be able to do quite a bit by just walking around this edge. Okay, she didn't actually turn to face me, so now I can walk around this way. It feels like I'm making a mistake, but I think I'm still okay. I can still fix this from here. I should do one more step forward like this, go one step up, and then I can go onto her platform and fight this fight. The fact that there are more platforms to stand on actually makes it a bit easier, although it does mess with your mind. There are more ways to fix your problems if you catch it early enough. Now, as you may have noticed up to now, I have still not noticed that water type attacks don't affect me. That is probably only going to happen against Juan, and I've specifically pronounced it with a hard G, so that you can notice that it is actually spelled with a G, and the pronunciation just makes that silent. Okay, so that went quite well. Okay, I think I'll keep old moves, and I'll not teach Swampert Takedown, because he's already got the moves I want him to have. Mostly. I think fully, actually. Okay, now I have to decide what am I going to do over here. Okay, that looks like a... yeah, I have to go down over here as well, just to complete that circuit. Then I can step up here, and okay, luckily stepping onto that platform doesn't cause it to be a mistake. Now I have to go in this direction, and I have to remember not to close myself off from that platform over there. Why am I doing that? That makes... and I'm closing myself off from that platform over there. Luckily I can do this, and now the potential for a mistake is very big. Shit, bloody woman stepped in front of me, making life a bit tricky. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.